Hello, my name is Charlie Burtwhistle, and today I will be talking about the pros and cons of texting. My goal is to try to explain how texting affects interpersonal communications. Some people don't realize exactly how popular texting is today. According to the Pew Research Center in 2012, the average teen sends one text every 15 minutes they're awake. That's up to 60 texts per day. The Pew Research Center in 2012 also showed that 2 years ago, the average number of texts was only 50. While texting is on the rise, phone calls are getting lower and lower. In 2009, only 38% of teens talked on their cell phones daily, whereas today, only 26% do. Looking at this, it is obvious to see that texting is becoming more and more vital in today's society, and it is quickly becoming the most popular and most well-used form of communication. Why texting continues to become more and more popular, the harmful effects of it, and even the benefits of texting are all important things to know. Since the first text message on December 3rd, 1992, the amount of texting has continued to grow more and more annually. Jeffrey Kluger on CNN.com in 2012 stated that the number of text messages sent monthly in the U.S. exploded from 14 billion in 2000 to 188 billion in 2010, according to a Pew Institute survey, and the trend shows no sign of abating. As texting rises and rises, phone calls is getting lower and lower. People are losing opportunities to learn how to have an actual conversation with someone, just because it is much easier to text. According to the research on TheGuardian.com in 2013, kids are able to start their texting habits at younger and younger ages. This gives the children less chance to develop their communication skills since they are getting phones so soon and are able to start texting so soon. They are becoming more and more dependent on this. Teens becoming too dependent on texting can sometimes have harmful effects later on in life. Teenagers spend too much time texting, and oftentimes it is when they clearly shouldn't, such as texting while driving, walking, talking with other people, laying in bed, and during class in school. Texting all this time presents many dangerous situations for these young teenagers. Texting while driving increases the risk of a wreck. Texting during school decreases the ability to learn. Texting while with other people makes you appear distracted, and texting in bed prevents sleep. They are not developing their communication skills. They are becoming too reliant on sending their messages through a phone. Therefore, they have difficulties talking to people face to face. You can say things through a phone that you couldn't say to someone to their face. It is also hard to get the full meaning of your message across without being able to show facial expression or tone. MIT psychologist Sherry Turkle gave the following example of how texting and talking in person differ. Saying, "I'm sorry," and hitting send. A full-scale apology means I know I've hurt you. I get to see that in your eyes, she says. You get to see that I'm uncomfortable. And with that, the compassion response kicks in. There are many steps that are all bypassed when we text. You cannot get your entire message across through a text, but it does give you a chance for quick messages through to a friend. Texting is not all bad. It does have many benefits to go along with it as well. It is an easy way to communicate with friends, and if you need to tell them something, you can easily just send them a text. It is a lot quicker than calling, although you cannot get the full detailed message across. According to the Time Mobility Poll in 2012, 32% of people would rather text than talk on the phone. You can respond when you want, and you have time to think about how you want to word it. If you are busy, you can respond to a text as soon as you have time. Plus, oftentimes after you say something you wish you wouldn't have. Texting gives you a chance to think about it. Texting has proved to be an important role in the world of communication today, if we do not abuse it and use it right. Texting is becoming more and more vital in today's society, and it is quickly becoming the most popular and most well-used form of communication. Texting is continuing to grow out of control in teenagers. This is harmful in some aspects, but also causes many helpful effects also for the people. Jeffrey Kluger on CNN.com stated, "You have to be careful when you start texting all the time. Texting often gives you a chance to hide behind your phone. But remember, when hiding, you are often alone, and no one wants to be alone." Thank you.